What if I told you that wealth is not first created in your hands but in your mind? That every fortune, every breakthrough, every success story you admire began as a single thought, quiet, invisible, almost meaningless at first. Napoleon Hill spent over 2 decades studying the world's richest and most successful people, and he discovered something that changed everything. Wealth is not luck, it is not chance, it is not even education alone. It is the result of a trained mind that knows how to think in a specific direction with intensity, purpose, and belief. Most people fail not because they lack opportunity, but because they never master the power of thought. They think randomly, doubt constantly, and abandon ideas too quickly. Meanwhile, a small group of individuals learns to control their thinking, to focus it like a laser, and to turn invisible ideas into physical reality. And here is the truth most will never hear. Your current financial situation is a reflection of your dominant thoughts. Change your thinking, and you begin to change your world. Stay with me until the end, because I will show you 5 powerful lessons from Napoleon Hill that reveal how thoughts literally create wealth, and how you can begin applying them starting today. Lesson 1. Thoughts are the seeds of reality. The genesis of every human empire, every architectural marvel, and every revolutionary invention can be traced back to a single microscopic spark of thought. It is the fundamental building block of our experienced reality, acting as the blueprint from which all physical manifestations are constructed. When we speak of thoughts as seeds, we are not merely using a poetic metaphor, we are describing a biological and psychological sowing process. Just as a farmer cannot expect to harvest wheat after planting nightshade, an individual cannot expect to harvest a life of abundance while consistently sowing seeds of scarcity and self-doubt. The mind is a fertile garden that does not discriminate between the types of seeds provided. It simply nurtures what is planted, bringing it to fruition with mechanical precision. To understand the gravity of this concept, one must recognize that the dominant thoughts held in the mind act as a magnetic force. This is not mystical conjecture, but rather a reflection of how our reticular activating system RAS functions within the brain. When you fixate on poverty, your mind becomes hyper-aware of obstacles, reasons for failure, and evidence of lack. You essentially train your brain to filter out opportunities, seeing only the thorns in a field of roses. Conversely, by consciously choosing to plant thoughts of opportunity and growth, you recalibrate your internal radar. You begin to notice lucky breaks that were always there but previously invisible to your clouded perception. Your reality begins to shift because your primary tool for navigating that reality, your mind, has been given a new set of instructions. The danger for most people lies in the subconscious autopilot of negative thinking. We are often unaware of the silent internal monologue that whispers warnings of "I can't" or "it's too late." These are weeds that choke the life out of potential before it can even break the soil. To master Lesson 1, one must become a vigilant sentry at the gates of their mind. It requires the disciplined rejection of defeatist narratives and the intentional cultivation of a success-oriented inner dialogue. This is the labor of the mental gardener. It is a continuous process of weeding out the intrusive thoughts of fear and replanting the sturdy, resilient seeds of ambition and self-efficacy. Furthermore, the environment in which these thoughts are planted plays a crucial role in their germination. If you surround yourself with intellectual drought, people who complain, media that scares, and habits that drain, your positive thoughts will struggle to survive. A seed requires the right soil, water, and sunlight. In the context of the mind, this means seeking out knowledge, associating with high achievers, and maintaining a mental atmosphere of optimism. When the environment is right and the seeds are healthy, the growth towards success becomes an automated process of the subconscious. You no longer have to force yourself to see the good. Your mind, now programmed for growth, does the work for you. Lesson 2. Desire must be burning and specific. A vague wish is the enemy of achievement. Most people claim they want to be rich or to be happy, but these are nebulous concepts that offer no traction for the cognitive machinery. Napoleon Hill identified that the starting point of all great fortune is a burning desire. This is not a casual "it would be nice" sort of feeling. It is an all-consuming obsession that leaves no room for the possibility of permanent failure. A burning desire acts as a psychic propellant, pushing an individual through the inevitable storms of life. It provides the why that makes any how possible. Without this heat, the engine of ambition never fully turns over, leaving the dreamer stranded on the side of the road. Specificity is the lens that focuses the sunlight of desire into a laser beam capable of cutting through steel. To manifest wealth or success, you must define it with the precision of a master architect. How much money down to the cent do you intend to acquire? By what exact date will you possess it? What specific service or value do you intend to give in return for this wealth? These details provide the subconscious mind with a target. Without a target, the mind wanders aimlessly, dissipating energy in a dozen different directions. When you are specific, you create a mental image so vivid that your brain begins to treat the future goal as a present reality, triggering the creative faculties needed to bridge the gap. The burning aspect of desire is what separates the victors from the victims. In the face of hardship, a lukewarm desire will evaporate. When the world says no, a burning desire says next. It is a state of mind where you have burned the bridges behind you, leaving no option but to move forward toward the objective. This level of intensity transforms your personality. You become more persuasive, more resilient, and more resourceful. People are naturally drawn to those who possess an unshakable sense of purpose. Your burning desire becomes a beacon, attracting the collaborators and resources necessary to fulfill the mission you have so clearly defined. Ultimately, desire is the blueprint of the soul's potential. If you can conceive of a specific goal and feel a genuine, intense passion for it, it is proof that you possess the capacity to achieve it. However, this desire must be refined and meditated upon daily. It must be written down and read aloud until it becomes a part of your very identity. When your desire becomes specific enough to visualize and burning enough to feel in your chest, you have successfully laid the foundation for lesson 2. You have moved from the realm of the dreamer into the realm of the doer, equipped with a map and the fuel to reach the destination. Lesson 3. Faith transforms thought into action. Faith is often misunderstood as a passive state of hoping for the best, but in the context of personal achievement, it is the most active and potent state of the human mind. It is the chemist of the soul. When faith is blended with a thought, the subconscious mind instantly picks up the vibration and translates it into its spiritual or physical equivalent. Faith is the bridge between the intangible desire and the tangible result. It is the absolute conviction that your goal is already yours, even if the current physical evidence suggests otherwise. This certainty in the unseen is what allows a pioneer to keep walking into the wilderness when others turn back in fear. Without faith, the mind is paralyzed by hesitation. Hesitation is the byproduct of doubt and fear, two toxins that act as a corrosive on the gears of action. When you lack faith in your vision, every setback feels like a sign to quit, and every obstacle looks like an insurmountable wall. Faith, however, changes the interpretation of these events. To the person of faith, a setback is merely a lesson in disguise, a necessary refinement of the plan. This emotional fuel keeps the feet moving when the body is tired and the bank account is empty. It is the steady hand on the wheel during a storm, grounded in the knowledge that the sun still exists behind the clouds. One of the most profound aspects of faith is its ability to bypass the logical, cynical mind that demands proof before it will act. Logic is useful for planning, but it is often too timid for great leaps of faith. If every entrepreneur waited for a 100% guarantee of success, no business would ever be started. Faith provides the courage to take the first step when you cannot see the whole staircase. It transforms the cold, clinical thought of "I want this" into the warm, living reality of "this is mine." This emotionalization of thought is the secret ingredient. It is what communicates with the deeper layers of the mind to trigger intuition and hunches that lead to breakthrough actions. Cultivating faith is a deliberate practice. It involves the constant affirmation of your ability and the inevitability of your success. It requires you to act as if the goal is already achieved. This is not about self-delusion, it is about self-direction. By maintaining a state of faith, you align your internal energy with your external goals. You become a person of action because there is no longer a conflict between what you want and what you believe is possible. When lesson 3 is mastered, the impossible becomes merely a task that hasn't been completed yet, and your actions become fluid, confident, and relentless. Lesson 4. Autosuggestion programs the subconscious mind. Autosuggestion is the agency of control through which an individual may voluntarily feed their subconscious mind on thoughts of a creative nature, or by neglect, permit thoughts of a destructive nature to find their way into this rich garden of the mind. Our subconscious is like a deep-sea current. It is powerful, largely invisible, and it dictates the direction of our lives. It does not reason or argue, it simply accepts the commands it is given. Most people are programmed by accident, by the news, by critical parents, or by social media. Autosuggestion is the process of taking back the steering wheel and becoming the programmer of your own internal software. The process of autosuggestion involves the rhythmic, emotionalized repetition of your goals and beliefs. When you repeat a statement of intent, such as a specific financial goal, you are literally carving new neural pathways in your brain. At first, the subconscious might reject the new data if it contradicts old programming. If you tell yourself, "I am wealthy," while feeling broke, the mind senses the conflict. Therefore, autosuggestion must be paired with emotion and visualization. You must feel the truth of the words as you speak them. Over time, through the sheer force of repetition, the subconscious accepts these suggestions as facts and begins to alter your behavior to match this new reality. This internal reprogramming manifests in your daily life as a shift in habits and decisions. Suddenly, you find yourself making better choices with your time. You find the courage to speak up in a meeting, or the discipline to save money instead of spending it on trifles. These are not willpower actions. They are the natural result of a subconscious mind that now believes you are a person of success. Just as a computer follows its code, your brain begins to execute the wealth script you have written through autosuggestion. It is a subtle but total transformation of the self, occurring from the inside out. To make autosuggestion effective, one should create a ritual. Morning and evening, in the quiet moments when the veil between the conscious and subconscious is thinnest, you must recite your written statement of desire. See yourself already in possession of the money or the achievement. Hear the sounds, smell the air, and feel the emotions of your success. By doing this, you are effectively brainwashing yourself in the most positive sense of the term. You are replacing the legacy code of fear and limitation with a modern, high-performance operating system designed for the acquisition of wealth and the realization of your highest potential. Lesson 5. Persistent action turns thought into wealth. The world is full of brilliant thinkers who are broke and talented dreamers who never leave their armchairs. The missing link between the mental laboratory and the physical bank account is persistent action. Thought is the blueprint, desire is the fuel, faith is the engine, and autosuggestion is the steering, but action is the movement itself. Without action, the most sophisticated mental work remains a ghost, a mere phantom of what could have been. Wealth is not a gift bestowed upon the lucky. It is a harvest reaped by those who are willing to toil in the fields of reality day after day, regardless of the weather. Persistence is the unique quality that allows an individual to withstand the trial by fire that precedes all great success. Almost every success story involves a moment where everything seemed to be falling apart. This is the point of no return, where the majority of people quit, convinced that their idea was flawed or that the universe is against them. However, persistence is the insurance policy against failure. It is the refusal to accept defeat as anything other than a temporary delay. Those who understand Lesson 5 know that failure is actually a vital part of the process. It is the feedback mechanism that tells you how to refine your actions for the next attempt. Action must be organized and intelligent, but it must also be relentless. It is better to take a small, imperfect step today than to wait for the perfect plan that never comes. The act of moving creates momentum, and momentum creates its own set of opportunities. As you act, you gain data that you could never have acquired through thinking alone. You learn the nuances of your market, the needs of your clients, and the weaknesses in your own character. Persistence means taking this data, adjusting your course, and striking again. It is the cumulative effect of these thousands of small strikes that eventually shatters the diamond of success. Ultimately, the transformation of thought into wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. The get-rich-quick mentality is the antithesis of persistence. It seeks the harvest without the season of growth. True wealth builders understand that their persistence is a test of their desire. If you quit at the first sign of trouble, your desire was never truly burning. But if you continue to act, to refine, and to push forward when there is no visible reason to do so, you eventually reach a tipping point. The resistance of the world gives way, and the wealth that began as a tiny seed of thought finally manifests in the physical world as a towering reality. The power of thought is not abstract philosophy. It is the invisible force behind every form of wealth ever created. Napoleon Hill did not just study successful people, he decoded their mental patterns, and what he found was simple yet life-changing. Your outer world always follows your inner world. If you change the way you think, you begin to change the way you act. And when you change the way you act, your results inevitably follow. Wealth is not reserved for a chosen few. It is accessible to anyone willing to master their thoughts and direct them with purpose. But here is where most people fail. They consume information without applying it. They agree with ideas like these but never practice them consistently. Real transformation begins when you take responsibility for your thinking and refuse to let doubt, fear, or negativity lead your mind. Start small. Control your thoughts for a few minutes each day. Define what you want with clarity. Reinforce belief instead of limitation. Take action even when it feels uncertain. Over time, these small mental shifts compound into life-changing results. Remember this, your mind is not just a receiver of thoughts, it is a creator of reality. And once you learn to direct it, you begin to unlock the true power of wealth creation from within.